And so the sad time has come for me to sell my car. 1972 Mark 1 Ford Escort. Been driving this car around now for 4 years in Thailand. It has taken us everywhere. Anybody who's been following our YouTube journey already knows how far this car has driven across the country. Started its journey in Bangkok, then up to Chiang Mai, where we stayed for a few years. It certainly has done a lot of miles. This car has really seen it all. Over the years I've actually put a bit of money into this engine and it is running nicely now. In the beginning it was a bit of a wreck, needed a lot of suspension work, brakes, fueling problems, balancing problems, all kinds of problems in the beginning. But one by one I've replaced quite a lot of this car with new parts, and now that it's coming to the time to sell, I'm actually quite pleased with how it runs. This is a 44-year-old car with a Nissan A14 engine in it, 1400 cc's, runs on dual fuel, petrol and LPG. Getting that LPG conversion done was one of the best things that we ever did. LPG is definitely one of the cheapest fuels in the whole of Thailand, and it really does go far. On petrol I think we only used to get about 350 to 400 kilometers per tank, and on LPG we get over 550 sometimes, depending on whether you have the air conditioning on or not. Interior is actually not that bad. I had the driver's seat repaired very recently, all black leather on the inside, a couple of patchworks here and there, but it's actually in pretty good condition. Wipe clean, perfect if you have a dog, which we do. Our dog Eden has been riding around in the back of this car for the whole time, and she's kept her little areas nice and neat. Hasn't done any nibbling. I even got a little bit of a sound system put in. Too many bits to list that I've put new in this car. But even gearboxes, prop shafts and bearings all round, done it all over the years. So now is a good time for it to find a new owner. You're probably thinking, how can I register this in my name? Well, this car is in my name. I have the books, I have all the legal paperwork. The car is mine, so transferring it is a doddle. I'll be sad to see it go, I have to admit. I'd love to know where this car started from, its origins. Let's have another look inside. I was going to clean this car, but I decided not to. I thought I'd show you as is, mess and all, how it is when it has been used. This is what it's like to sit in the back. You can see my speakers set up here. These two speakers are actually quite loud. They've got some bass behind them too. Pretty good. The ones that came with the car were rotten, so I had to change them. It doesn't have a original dashboard though. Any Mark 1 Escort fans out there will know that the dashboard from Mark 1 does not look like this. I'm not sure what this is from. Probably some kind of Datsun. It's got a little glove box which can carry our bits and pieces. Cigarette lighter actually works. Head unit plays CDs and has FM radio. Dual fuel, petrol and LPG conversion. Little red horn button there. Speedo, fuel gauge and temperature gauge all working fine. The car originally came with a 4-speed manual, but I've changed it to a 5-speed manual box, clutch and gears, so you need to know how to drive a stick. I got one of the most expensive Lamina window tints for this particular vehicle many years ago. So it's got good window tinting in here. Air conditioning works pretty well now. Didn't used to in the past, but now it's pretty good. The left knob controls the temperature and the right knob controls the fan speed. And there's a little speaker in there. It's getting hot in here. I'm gonna step out for a bit. I think I'll go for a little test drive in a minute and I'll show you how it drives. car drives quite smoothly. I had a lot of work done over the years. Many different mechanics have worked on it. I think it will happily sit between 80 and 120 kilometers per hour without breaking too much of a sweat. We've driven very long distances in this car. It's not the quietest car in the world, but it's a lot quieter than it used to be. We had some insulation fitted, new carpets, had the diff repaired. I'd be happy to take it all the way down to Phuket, all the way down to Krabi and not worry. But I would say that anybody who takes on a car like this should have some form of mechanical knowledge, just in case. How do you feel about us selling this car, Eden? I do not want you to sell it. Look, I'm cuddling the seat, Mum. I actually think Eden loves this car more than we do. There was one time when the door was open and she ran outside and got inside the car. We didn't know where she was. And
we weren't going anywhere.
No, we weren't going. It was just outside, open. And also, when we were on the farm in Chiang Rai, there was an earthquake, and she didn't want to stay inside the house because obviously things were shaking and aftershocks. So she went outside and slept inside the car. Didn't you, Eden? Didn't you? Yeah, I love my car. It's definitely not the fastest car on the road, but it is alright, isn't it, Sash?
Yeah.
We've like driven on highways more than fast enough. We always manage to stay over 100 to 110 kilometers per hour for long periods of time, gets us around. Yeah, even at the lights, somehow I'm always the first person at the lead of the pack. I have this car serviced quite regularly, maybe like every between 3,000 and 5,000 kilometers. Annoyingly, we didn't write down how many kilometers was on the clock when we bought it, but since we've had it, we've gone over the 100,000 mark. I can't lie and say it has hardly done any miles. One of the main reasons why we wanted the car was because of Eden the dog, of course, but also because we love driving and listening to music. So listening to your own tunes makes a whole world of difference. It feels like a real road trip. Having air conditioning and tinted windows makes all the difference. We barely ever get sunburnt driving around. Quite a lot of boot space as well, so you can chuck quite a lot in it, even with the LPG tank in there. So it's been a very good little soldier for us over the years, and we'll be sad to see it go. So that is my car, 1972 Mark 1 Ford Escort. Driven all around Thailand, seen some amazing adventures. Farms of Chiang Rai, tea plantations of Mae Salong, old city of Chiang Mai, Mae Hong Son Loop, Pai, Nan, Koh Samui, Koh Phangan, Ranong, Bangkok, Kanchanaburi. Can't even remember all the places this car has been and taken us and taken Eden, but it has been one hell of an adventure and it deserves a good home. And so that is why I'm putting this car up for sale on YouTube to you guys, the people who watch this car, the people who have seen its journey and are interested in perhaps taking it on for themselves. I've tried to be as honest as possible. I've missed out obviously a few bits and pieces because I can't say it all, but I have all the receipts and I have all the paperwork in my name. So if anybody's interested in buying this car, get in contact with us. Best way to do that is via email. Send us an email, 8milesfromhome@gmail.com, and put in an offer for us. I'm going to run this car for sale for maybe a few months while we're still using it. I'm going to look at all your emails and see who offers us the most, and then whoever is the highest bidder will get the car. I'm not sure if this is going to work. I've never done anything like this before, but I figured it's an interesting way to do it, because if I can sell it to somebody who's watched it, then they'll care for it. I'm going to end the video here. Hope you've enjoyed seeing this little tour of our car, our beloved Mk1 Escort. And I hope that you can give it a good home. Hit the thumbs up button for me. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and we will see you next time. Bye.